Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. In today's video I want to go over something that is really powerful and something that I personally use within my trading. Now what this is the New York Midnight Open, and kind of what it correlates with is the open high low and close, or the open low high and close, which is obviously the same thing but just reverse. So what essentially is happening and what we are looking at is sort of the formation of a daily candle. So kind of what we're looking at is we're looking at a open, and then what price does in a daily candle. Let's say we are obviously on a bullish day, right? We come down, we make the low of the day, and then we will come up, make obviously the body of the daily candle. We will make our high. We will then trade back down somewhere around here, and then we will get our close. So what we've got is our open, low, high, close, and this is kind of what happens within a daily candle. And what we're looking for is we're looking to get involved somewhere down here once we obviously trade below. And then obviously what you can do on a lower time frame is follow price along. So price will obviously move sort of like this, and you will have more opportunities throughout the day depending on obviously what session you're in. So you could have opportunities in London, opportunities in New York, and you could obviously, once you obviously get the direction correct, you can then ride this all the way up and until obviously the close of the daily candle. So for people in the New York time zone, what you want to be looking for is obviously a dip below on the New York time zone. And then obviously for the UK, let me just enter in the UK time, it will be 5 AM. So if I just make this a little bit smaller, and we can just leave this in the top right hand corner just to, remind us. So if we come down, as you can see, we've got price, right? And this is today's price. So what I'll do is I'll go back and show you kind of what happens after the New York Midnight Open. So let's just say you get to the charts and you're doing your analysis for the day ahead. What we can do is we can take our little trend line, find obviously the New York Midnight Open. What we can do then is, if we go back to the 5 AM candle, mark this out, drag it across, and just obviously mark it just something like this. So kind of what's happened here, right, is we've been trading down sort of with bearish order flow, and then what's happened is we've come up, we've taken liquidity above these highs, which is a run on buy side liquidity. So we could have got involved here and then traded to the downside. And then obviously what's happened then is we've come back up, taken liquidity, and then continued on the afternoon session. So this is kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for obviously price to trade above the New York Midnight Open, or if we're bullish, we're looking for price to trade below. So let's just go back and see a couple more examples. So let's just find the New York Midnight Open, which is down here. So again, take our trend line, find the 5 AM candle, which is this one right here. Go at the open, mark it out, and then as you can see, what's happened again is we've come down. So we've been trading down, we've obviously gone to the upside, which has obviously then induced buyers into the market. They've then been taken out with this Judas swing, and then we've continued to the upside. So again, just to recap this little bit of price action down here, we've come down, we've traded up, we've traded below this, we've continued up, and then what's happened is we've come all the way up, made our high of the day, traded back down, and made our close. So this is kind of what we're looking for pretty much every single day, and if you get this right, as you can see, this is high probability that you are going to get a winning trade. If you wanted to, you could only trade this setup. If you want to trade one setup, one high probability setup, this is one that you could choose if you wanted to do that, and obviously this is very high probability. Let's just go back and see on other days. As you can see, it won't happen on every single day, but let's just see what happens right here. So let's find our 5 AM New York Midnight Open candle, and this is the one right here. So obviously mark it up, and then as you can see, if I zoom in a little bit right here, it's very subtle, but price does trade below this, and then it continues again to the upside. Obviously you want to pair this with a bias. If you are on a bearish bias, the chances are you wouldn't take this trade. But if you're on a bullish bias, the chances are you probably would have got involved right here, and you could have rode price, somewhere kind of up here. Again, we'll do a couple more examples. So the New York Midnight Open is right here. As you can see, again, price comes down, it trades above, takes the buy side liquidity, carries on further down. Again, on the next day, New York Midnight Open is right here. As you can see, we've traded down, we've traded up, we've then come down below, we've taken sell side liquidity below this low right here, and then we've continued to the upside. So this is a really powerful concept to learn, guys, and it's one that I use personally within my trading. As you can see, once we get obviously a take of sell side liquidity on this day right here, the likelihood is what we could do is if we miss this trade or it's not within your session, what you could do then is you could obviously look then to get into continuations following the daily candle all the way up to obviously the top of this right here when it comes back, and then the daily candle closes. And then obviously, you know, it works pretty much every single day. Again, right here, the New York midnight open candle is this one. We trade below. Obviously, it's below the New York midnight open, you know, for quite some time, but you could have still got involved possibly around this candle. So you could have probably got involved around that candle there. And then as you can see, we do go ahead and trade to the upside. So obviously you want to pair this with a bias, so a daily bias, an intraday bias, even an intra-session bias, whatever you want to call it. Pair this with a bias and it can be really powerful if you want to do that. And as you can see here, if I just make this now a little bit bigger, these are the times we are looking at. So midnight New York time, and for the people in the UK, it is 5 AM. So this is what you want to look for. Really, really simple stuff, and it's really powerful, really high probability. And like I said before, if you're looking for high probability trades and you just want to trade one model, this could be the model for you. So it's just that simple, guys. If this video did help you out, please leave a like on today's video. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. And without further ado, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.